Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Advanced Vocabulary Quiz, Part 27. In this video, you must choose the correct vocabulary word for each question. You may need to pause the video at each question to give yourself some extra time to think of your answers. Are you ready for another quiz? Okay, here we go. Number 1. And the answer is, the alcohol at the party last night didn't taste right. I think it may have been adulterated with water or some other substance. If something is adulterated, it's made unpure or maybe weaker by adding something of, let's say, less quality. And in our example, they suggested that it may have been water that they added to the alcohol. All right, number 2. And the answer is, in her will, she made a substantial bequest to a charity for homeless people. A bequest is a promise that someone who dies gives to a person or an organization, and it's usually money or it could be property that they give, all right? This is what this formal word for the gift would be. It's called a bequest. All right, number 3. And the answer is, Martin was a former priest who had abjured his faith 12 years ago. To abjure something is to formally reject it. And in this case, Martin rejected his faith as a priest. It's just a formal word that says that you reject a belief. Okay, number 4. And the answer is, the new play on Broadway has recently garnered much praise and several awards. If you garner something, you receive or get something of value. In this case, the play received praise and awards. All right, number 5. And the answer is, Martin had a quotidian life, so he took up skydiving as a weekend hobby. A quotidian life, in this case, is an ordinary, or let's say very common, even boring. All right, it's kind of a formal word. And in this case, his life was so boring that he took up skydiving for excitement on the weekends. All right, number 6. And the answer is, the bridge project was hampered by safety concerns made by the labor union. Okay, if something is hampered, it's prevented or slowed down by something. And in our example here, the labor union was concerned about the safety of the project, and that's why it was hampered or slowed down. All right, number 7. And the answer is, the movie in favor of eating meat had a didactic tone which many vegetarians did not appreciate very much. If something is didactic, it's intended to teach something. And in this case, the vegetarians didn't like being taught about eating meat, okay, because they're vegetarians. All right, number 8. And the answer is, he was very quiet and upset, but when he finally did speak, he was hardly intelligible. Now, if something is intelligible, it's easy to understand, or you are able to understand it. And in this case, the man was upset and he was hardly intelligible, which means that they couldn't really understand what he was saying when he spoke. All right, number 9. And the answer is lassitude and dizziness were common reactions to the new vaccine. Lassitude is a medical term meaning that the person is mentally tired or physically tired. All right, and that's one of the reactions here to the vaccine in the example. Okay, the final question, number 10. And the answer is, the professor gave a ponderous lecture and his students struggled to stay awake during it. All right, the way ponderous is used here, it's talking about a lecture, which probably was very long, and maybe the professor spoke very slowly, and the students here were falling asleep during it. Got it? That's all for this video. Please let me know how you did on the quiz in the comment section below. Thanks again for subscribing, and remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.